Good day, this is Percy Lindsay and we are reporting live at the University of the Western Cape. And I'm with Vuyani Sokaba, the President of the University of the Western Cape. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
So, we're doing an interview here. Tell us more about yourself.
Well, as you said, my name is Vuyani Sokaba. I'm a master's student at the University of the Western Cape. I stay on residence at the University of the Western Cape. And I happen to be the president of the SRC of the University of the Western Cape. Well, I'm a simple person. I'm very simple. I can also be sometimes serious, but sometimes not. Most of the time not. You know, I think my role sometimes requires me not to always be serious because I'm working with young people. That's just simple.
Okay then. Now tell us about yourself and your portfolio. What have you done here at UWC? I think that we're drawing close to the end of your term.
Well, it has been a very, look, the issues that we were facing were very big issues. We're speaking here about student financial issues. We're speaking about student accommodation. We're speaking about lots of issues that, political issues that come off on the ground because it's a vibrant and dynamic community. So you deal with all of those things, but what I would say that the SRC that I'm leading has actually, outsmarted itself and outdone itself in the way in which it tackled issues. For instance, we probably have the best strategy in the past 5 to 8 years in terms of how we tackled registration issues. Because ours was at the time when we were we were facing the most challenging period of registration where you had literally the state's coffers being dried out, and as far as not having paid out. And we could have went back to 2010 where UWC had a big strike. But because of our foresight and our vision, we made sure that our students go through the process. We have even a good record in students, less than 8% of them are people who never even went home because of they couldn't pay their fees. Every one of them who came to our doors are today fully registered students. And I think one of the highlights is that the SRC has replaced the image of the SRC and put it back where it belongs. The student governance need to be respected. The student leaders need to show a modicum of self, carrying themselves in a highest esteem. And I think this SRC has outdone itself in that respect.
Phenomenal job, as we all agree at UWC. And it is Mandela Month.
Yes.
And we're 67 minutes. What are you guys doing as the SRC?
Well, you see, it's 67 minutes in our view is very little because the issues that we are about to try to help with are not 67 minutes worth.
Yes.
You get young learners at high schools who need, application fee monies to apply to university, which we believe that it's the first step of one stream is to apply. Besides the acceptance and all of those things. But the first step for you is to apply, and that in itself is a challenge.
Yes,
because online applications themselves, you have schools that we are currently going to that do not really have computers and nor do they have access to Wi-Fi.
And it's money to go to internet.
Of course, all of those things, and you see the limited access of internet cafes in the castle cities, which is very appalling. So that's what we do. We go to these schools. We have identified more than 4 schools, I think, and that we go to money that we have generated throughout our fundraising. So I think it's more than 20,000 that we have that we are now looking and distributing. In terms of getting students learners to become students, because we believe before we were students, we were learners and members of the community.
Okay. Thank you so much. I myself am also a adopting one student, and just happening then to apply with applications as well. So you guys are not alone with that. I've thought about that. So, shifting away from serious things, let's talk about yourself. What is the most embarrassing thing that has happened to Mr. President?
Look, I don't believe there was any embarrassing moment that happened to me this year, which could have potentially been an embarrassing moment when I realized that my name was not on a graduation book when I was graduating from my honors. But because I missed my date of graduation, so the university had to squeeze me in. So I feel that was one of the most, almost embarrassing moments. That's as close as I get to embarrassment.
Okay, then. Thank you so much for your time and for answering the questions as truthfully as possible. That will be the end. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Thank you.